board a little bit. All right, let's get it.
We about to hit you with the recap like Aaron Judge with a bat because we touching on facts and plus we up in these hats.
What the fuck happened, yo? I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what happened right now. What's going on? Shop Power, something went wrong right quick with my audio. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we will be with you in a minute, man. We have a little bit of technical difficulty, so let me see if I can get this thing popping and get it back going, man. I apologize for that. Let's see if we can get this thing popping real quick, get it back to where we need to do it. Here we go. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
We about to hit you with the recap like Aaron Judge with a bat because we touching on facts and plus we up in these hats. It's Nick's Real Talk, we cut from a different cloth. We cook a Nick broth with a different sauce. We bubble like a hot pot in the kitchen. We dripping on the surface, spitting verses with these bars and b-ball. Cause no matter how far the stars, we see y'all like a telescope. You can tell it's dope by the way we unveil these news and notes. Check the box score, a top score, knocking down shots. Plus we got a lock for 48 minutes, putting on the clinic. The cat lieutenant, they entered the winner. The game is over. We trooping in our temples like soldiers and train the planes and Range Rover. I'm getting up and over the list. We on the BQ eating, we maneuvering swift. Say Tokyo, but you know we can drift. Cause the pokey be on the low, so you know our flow had to shift. We about to be out in a few. No doubt next time we see you to be on a game preview. It's Nick's Real Talk, and we a vibe. We get it popping every day and every night. We on that Nick shit, and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride. It's Nick's Real Talk, and we a vibe. We get it popping every day and every night. We on that Nick shit, and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride.
Salute, ladies and gentlemen. Salute. What is good? What's going on? Nick's Real Talk. It's the recap. We a vibe, man. You know we doing it here, man. We here to talk about the game last night. Knicks took an L yesterday in Boston, man. So we're gonna talk about all that good stuff, man. But first and foremost, salute to everybody. Hope everybody doing well. Had a good day today and all that good stuff. But let me bring my partner in crime in the middle so we can get this thing popping. Shop Power, my brother. What's good? What's going on, my man?
Peace to you, Divine. Salute to the family that's in the chat. Let's talk about it. Let's get it.
Let's get it. On Diaz, my man. Crim's dad, what's good? Buzzer Beater, Johnny D, what's good? Nostalgic, my brother, what's good? Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hope everybody doing well today and all that good stuff. Like I said earlier, man, we're going to get into this Nick talk and all that stuff, man, and break it all down. But, you know, before we go any further, real quick, let's just, you know, give some thoughts and prayers or RIPs to one of the OG broadcasters. Y'all know, like we know him. I was around when Al Trawick was getting down, ladies and gentlemen. RIP to Al Trawick. I've been letting y'all guys were watching Knicks games back in the days. Y'all know how Al Trawick got down, man. Covered the Knicks, the Rangers, the Yankees. Been doing this thing for a long time for the Knicks, man. So and New York sports in general. One of them guys you can always see on the Chase Bridge back in the days, man. Just you know, was reporting from the Chase Bridge and Nick talking to pregame and all that good stuff. So you know, RIP to Al Trawick and his family, man. Salute to you. And one more for all those who love music like I do. RIP to the great Roberta Flack, ladies and gentlemen. For all those unfamiliar with Roberta Flack, she was an R&B legend in the game. You know, me growing up listening to the lady do what she did, man, and have some good music out there. Killing Me Softly with her, this song, Killing Me Softly. You know, the Foodies can tell you about that. But, you know, after making her music over in the hip-hop form. But just RIP to Roberta Flack and all those who know who she is. She's just one of them R&B legends, man. That I grew up with and people like us grew up off of, man, and all that good stuff, man. So she was a voice in our community for years, but RIP to her as well. Now that we got that out the way, man, like I said, salute to everybody in the chat. Joey LaDuca, what's good, my man? Salute to you as well. Thank you for coming in. You know, man, you know what? It's, you know, it is. We here, man. We had a game yesterday, like I said. Knicks took an L yesterday. And there's nothing you can do about it. They lost against the best team in the league, one of the best teams in the league. Boston Celtics, like won their last 9 games in a row and beat everybody. They beat Cleveland and beat everybody. So, you know, they are playing really high level basketball right now. Them guys, man, they smoking everybody in the NBA. So it's not only the Knicks they beat last night, but they've been beating up everybody the last 9 or 10 games. I think they done won like so many in a row, man. Them guys is really on another.
I think it's 12 and 10.
Yeah, they on another.
10 and 12.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you know, but that doesn't still make a difference. We lost to them guys yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, 118-105. Came out at the beginning of the game a little sluggish yesterday. Didn't really get our foot in to about the third quarter. Give them kudos for getting back in the game and get down 4. And but after that, they just didn't have enough. Them guys got 3-level scores at every position. They probably gonna be one of the team might got a chance to repeat again, actually. They probably will repeat because they are that good, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, they got defense from 1 to 5, like we always say. Drew Holiday, Derek White, Brown, Tatum, Porzingis, all them cats defend the basketball. So, you know, and they got a strong bench. Bench is real deep. Al Horford and them guys, and Peyton Pritchard, and you name it, and they shoot threes with the best of them. So, you know, and they showed last night. I mean, you know, to give up 118 is not great. It ain't bad, but it ain't great. At least we didn't let them get over 120 or whatever. But it wasn't enough shot power. I just think that the Cats got a dynamite team there, man, and Cats is ready to go for a back-to-back championship, basically. And then, like I said, to prove how good they already beat Cleveland twice this year. Cleveland don't even got nothing for the Boston Celtics, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not mad. I'm disappointed the way we started the game. I put it like that. But it is what it is. They played them at home. We played Cleveland at home. They're the best 2 teams in the NBA. Until we get certain things fixed, it's just going to be that way, man. And, but other than that, Shot Powers, I give them kudos for trying to get back in the game yesterday. Got it down to 4. But they couldn't. I think they got down 4, and we had a missed opportunity. Then they came down and hit a 3, and after that, that was a wrap. So then they went back up and got that 11, 12, 13-point lead, and there wasn't too much you could do with that. Derek White had it going. So there was a couple of miscues from our squad yesterday, and a couple of miscues from Tibbs yesterday that I wish he would have did one thing. When we got down 80, 87, 84, going into the fourth quarter, I wish he would have took them starters out and put Shaman back in there just to let them guys recover a little bit, because Shaman is the only one who had a Derek White in the donut the whole game, basically. Shaman and that second unit playing some pretty good defense yesterday. And I think
they played good basketball yesterday.
They the ones that they helped get us back in the game. And don't get me wrong, Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns in the third quarter had a lot to do with that too, ladies and gentlemen, the way they were scoring the basketball. But other than that, man, it was a tough one to swallow. But on to the next. Until we get where we need to be, we're just not going to beat them teams right now. Like I said, we're not losing the scrub. We're losing to the best teams in the East, obviously, and that's that, man. So we just got to keep on fighting and keep on pushing. But a little disappointed in the way we started yesterday. And like I said, I get how everybody feel about Tibbs, but you know what though? Tibbs don't play on the court, ladies and gentlemen. Let me put that out there right now. I understand where y'all coming from with that, but Tibbs ain't guarding Drew Holiday. Tibbs ain't guarding my man Jaylen Brown. Them guys. Our guys got to come up there and show pride and show fortitude, show a mental fortitude. Show like I want this, and because you can scream and holler at guys all you want to, but if they get on that court and don't execute, it's more about them. And I think I was telling Shaw earlier in the background, our defense this year. The point of attack and the point of our 2 weakest defenders is at the point of attack and at the point of finish. Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns are our 2 weakest defenders, and that's where the Knicks getting to eat up this year, because the point guards can get past Jalen Brunson, and then they can't, and then nobody in the back like Towns can stop them from scoring, because that's not what they do. So we had to see how it goes, but it definitely wasn't one of them things where you wanted to see the Knicks win the game, but obviously Boston is on another level right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we could do, Shot Powers. But we just got to chalk that one up and get ready for Philly's Wednesday.
Yeah, it was a couple of miscues that you could point your finger to Tibbs. It was a lot of miscues in some of the starting lineups. Second unit yesterday played very well. One of the things that you just said about Shamuth, hitting, I think he had 6 or 8. He had a couple of 3-point shots, so I think it was 6 or 8 points he had, and he didn't see no more daylight for the rest of the game. I think that was a miscue. I think they could have put him in and let him run a little bit. Second unit did what they needed to do. It was a rough game to watch because as a Knicks fan, you want to beat Boston. You want to show that we're part of the elite. And we haven't done it yet this year. You know what I mean? We still got another chance to do it before the season is over to beat them. You know what I mean? And hopefully over these next couple of games that's getting ready to come up that we got on this West Coast swing after Philly and all this stuff, maybe we can make something happen then. You know what I mean? The season is not over. Everybody's like, the season is over. The season, this and that, and all this other stuff. Listen, I'm not advocating. I'm not trying to hope that something happened, but we have been hurt all year. And if Boston, 2 of their guys go down, it's going to make it a little harder for them. If 1 or 2 guys on Cleveland team go down towards in the next stretch, it's going to make it a little harder for them to play at the level that they were playing at. With that being said, there's some things that we still need to figure out. Like you said, Divine, our 2 weakest defenders in the starting unit is Jalen Brunson and Cat. And not saying that, Mitch is a all be all, or however that saying goes, but he really helps out with what we're lacking in interior defense. You know what I mean? That going north and south that we always talk about on this channel is real. And all of those moves that you see that teams are getting right around Jalen Brunson and driving to the hole, and then there's no one else to stop him, that stops a little bit. Once Mitch Robinson gets back on the court, once he gets back acclimated into the system, once he gets through that burn in his chest and stuff like that, to be a good to be a good defensive-minded player, that can stop a little bit of that bleeding that we have. I mean, it will help our wings to really play up on their man, you know what I mean, and so forth with Jalen Brunson. So, it was a bad loss, you know what I mean, and the narrative is out there that we can't beat the top 3 teams in the East and all. I mean, in the top 3 teams in the NBA this year and all that stuff. Okay, all right, that's now, you know what I mean, and I revert back to this, and I'll say it again. I remember when we played Atlanta 2 years ago, and we beat the crap out of Atlanta all season long. We beat them. No happening in the playoffs. We folded to them 4-1. And I mean, it's just we have to catch fire. We have to get some things to change a little bit. And I'm happy that the second unit stepped up, but we still need some more help in that second unit. So we still got a couple of games to figure it out, to get better, and maybe we could catch lightning in the bottle. You know what I mean? I don't think that this season is over. I think the Knicks make it to the second round. I think if we do happen to match up against Boston in the second round with a healthy team of OG just coming back after being hurt for 2 games, Josh Hart had a phenomenal game yesterday too for being out all those games. He had a phenomenal game, but with Josh Hart being out, we're not seeing Mitchell Robinson on that court. It could change a whole lot of things, man. The perspective could change just that quick, man. And I always revert back to what you said, Devon, about that jigsaw puzzle and shaking that box and that last piece drop out. Mitchell Robinson, man, not saying he's the win all be all, but a lot of the stuff that we are slacking in this season, Mitchell Robinson sucks up a whole lot of that stuff like molasses, like a biscuit to molasses. So let's let that sink in.
Yeah,
If you don't know what molasses is, that's what you take a biscuit and you sop it up in some sweet honey stuff. Anyway, y'all, just in case y'all don't know what molasses is.
Hey, Crim's dad, I don't smile a lot. I don't think it got to do with Knicks, man. I just be so focused and look serious, though. But you put the smile on my face, Crim's dad, so I appreciate that. Crim said, Divine be mean mugging motherfuckers. I get it. I get it. But, yo, man, sometimes I'm just focused, Crim, but I appreciate you, man. I try to keep a little bit more smiles on my face. But yeah, man, I'm not too much concerned about the Knicks, man. It is what it is right now. Them the two best teams in the league. We still third in the Eastern Conference, ladies and gentlemen. We not fourth, we not fifth, we not sixth, we not seventh, we're not eighth, we're not ninth, we're not 15th. We still number 3. And we're going through a little stretch right now against the higher echelon teams. So be it, because that's what it's all about. But I'm confident in this team. But like I said, it's not about Mitchell Robinson being the same, like Shaw Powell saying, the end all be all. I get it, you know what I mean? Because you know why? He is way better than what Cat can do at the 5 at the defense side of the ball. So that's why I keep reverting back to the Minnesota Timberwolves last year. Soon they say Mitch can play, you put him right. I don't talk about bringing him off the bench slowly, please. If Mitch Robinson can play Wednesday, put him you put him right. Let him get his win. Listen, Mitchell Robinson for 3 or 4 or 5 minutes starting the game, save you 4 or 5 points or 7 points. It might keep you from being behind. So I think you throw him right in there, and he don't got to stay in there the whole 7 minutes. He can play the first 4 minutes and come out. You know what I mean? But I think they do have to put him there because, like I said, the point of attack teams are eating us up because Jalen Brunson is an average defender. And once the point of attack, ladies and gentlemen, when the point guard on the other team put the Knicks in a pick and roll situation on the defense side of the ball, the 2 people in a pick and roll is the weakest dudes we got, Jalen Brunson and Karl Towns. So whoever come up the court on the opposing team, and that center come up to throw that pick, that screen. Yesterday I watched Karl Towns. He didn't know where the hell he was at yesterday. And I'm for all the great stuff he do, ladies and gentlemen. His rebounding numbers is phenomenal. His offense game is phenomenal. I like the way he playing on the offense side of the ball, but you can tell his defense we always say that one-on-one and all that is suspect. We know that. But yesterday, I mean, he was, you know what I was disappointed about yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, why y'all keep switching?
Thanks.
They switch.
Thanks.
Karl Anthony Towns, no lie. I mean, I give him flowers when he do well. You have to, but when he don't do well, you got to critique him and everybody else as well. He was like 5 feet away from the guy who did the pick with. See, people think that Tibbs is telling him to do. No, he's not. Tibbs not telling the guy to slack off. That's their mentality. At the big, he think he's supposed to fade away. No, get up on that pick and roll. When that dude do that pick, you should be right at the top of key with them, like all 4 of them together. You know what I mean? He was like 3 or 4 or 5 feet off of Shaw Powell last night. I'm like, damn. And my man was just launching him because wide open. That's been the Knicks' problem all year to me, is that these guys, when they like him, and they not fighting through those screens. I think you should say it all the time early in the season. They not fighting through them screens hard enough. And when they not fighting through the screen, like I seen one play where they did the at the top of the key too. They did the pick and roll. Porzingis popped way over there. My man had the ball, and Porzingis was wide open. Nobody in his airspace. Nobody was in that perimeter. And I think that's where you might have to say, okay, you know what? We got to make adjustment. I think that's all it is to me. Our defense is suffering because our point of attack guy and our guy who's supposed to stop at the end of that. In other words, at the top of the key, you don't have no defense there, and at the rim, you don't have no defense there. And then the 2 points of attack that everybody in the NBA does. They attack the top of the point guard at the top, and then if they get past the point guard, that guy in the back is the next line of defense. In other words, our 2 lines of defense from the top and the bottom is really tough right now. And I think that's the reason why you see why me and Shaw Powell and maybe other people, but we talk about it. I know everybody else text about it. That's why we keep talking about Mitchell Robinson, ladies and gentlemen. Real talk. Because of that reason right there. I could see one of our wings wasn't good at defense, Shaw Powell. You could live with that. But your point guard and your 5, your 1 and your 5, compared to who? Jared Allen and Donovan Mitchell or Drew Holiday, bona fide defender, and Porzingis is not a slouch defender down there, or Al Horford down there. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference to us. And I think that's why we're suffering a little bit on the defense side of the ball. But I think Mitchell Robinson can help with that. Let's hope so. We'll see. He might be back pretty soon. And another thing that I noticed yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, and we have put that up with the stats and everything, that our guys, we expect a little bit more grittiness out of them. They finally did it, Shaw Powers, but they waited too late to do that. You should come out the opening gate like the way you did in that third quarter. They played in the third quarter like they had nothing to lose. Fuck it, just throw it all out there. Well, that's what you should do through the bell tip. You know what I mean? And we got to work on that. Other than that, it was a tough loss, but you live to fight another day.
Yeah, we always talk about holding teams 25 and under, 26 and under. And I think the Boston in the first quarter had 38. You know what I mean? I think they had like 30 something. They had a big number in the first quarter. And that's the premise of what we talk about, starting off the game with intensity. You know what I mean? And we've seen it. The Knicks have done it. It's not like we just talk hyperbole here, say anything like that. I've seen the Knicks come out. When the Knicks defense is popping, their offense is elite. I don't know what it is. When their defense is on point, the offense is elite. When the defense is slacking, the offense kind of stutters. You know what I mean? And it happens, you know what I mean? And some games we get away with it playing lesser teams, but you can't do that playing the elite teams. There's only 3 teams that we keep harping about, the Boston and Cleveland, and we get to see Cleveland 2 more times. We get to see Boston 1 more time. I mean, who's to say when Mitchell Robinson played 5 or 6 more games that when we see, I think we see Cleveland first. I think it's Cleveland and Boston and Cleveland. I think we see Cleveland like the last game of the year, something like that, close to the end of the season. Who's to say with a healthy Mitchell Robinson out there like that, and after playing 5 or 6 good games, that's not going to change the way we play defense. I mean, I'm on a lot of chats and stuff like that, and everybody like, oh, Mitchell Robinson, what he's going to do and all that stuff. The things that Mitchell Robinson do is what we are lacking. Interior defense. After the guard or the shooting guard gets beat, Mitchell Robinson steps up. When you switch off of Mitchell Robinson on the pick and roll, he plays good pick and roll defense. He can play some he's lateral. He could get his hands out there. He definitely jumping high to get in the way and change your sight pattern for throwing alley-oops and stuff like that. These are the things that Mitchell Robinson does. We lacked in rebounding yesterday. We won't do that too much with Mitchell Robinson out there. He's an elite rebounder, especially offensive. You know what I mean? When we down the stretch and we missing shots, that's the type of guy that we need to grab 6, 7, 8 more shots that we can shoot again. And I mean, to give us 6 to 7 more times to make the basket. So those are the things that we are lacking right now. You know what I mean? I did like yesterday, the second unit, but we still have, maybe, and I'm not saying that this is going to change anything, but maybe if they do call up TJ Warren, you know what I mean? Maybe he might help us out in the second unit, you know what I mean? Especially scorer-wise. I mean, he's always been a pretty decent scorer in the NBA, and he's lighting it up in the G League. If he can come up here and help us, a little bit of defense, grab some rebounds, and knock down shots, that makes teams that have to play instead of that switching defense, they switch off of everything. A lot of teams, especially these teams like Boston, you had the brother playing Cat. You know what I mean? I'm about to mess his name up. Holiday, yeah. You had Holiday. You had Holiday switching off on Cat. Very good defender, very strong, but he can got White. Same difference. You know what I mean? These guys are aside from them playing together for so long, they're such good defenders that it's not a problem for a possession for a Holiday to play a Cat or a White to play a Jalen Brunson or so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Because they play good defense. So we will get there sooner or later. You know what I mean? I'm not chalking this season up because we just haven't beat the elite teams, but we beat everybody else. Everybody else, we done beat 3 in the West. We done beat 2 all the way down to 15. We done in the East, we done beat 4 all the way down to 15. All right, we didn't beat Cleveland yet.
except the Lakers.
All right, we play the Lakers again. We got them again. Right, we didn't beat them every time. Just to speak about the Lakers, every time LeBron comes to the Garden, he tries to show out. I think LeBron record in the Garden is like, I forgot what it was, but it was a phenomenal number. I think he almost never lost. I think it's 10 or 12-2 or something like that. He got some phenomenal numbers at the Garden. So with that being said, I'm not worried about the New York Knicks getting it together because we still have a little bit of time. You know what I mean? And like you said, Divine, I'm with you, man. If Mitchell Robinson, if he's gonna play 5-6 minutes in the second unit, let him start in the start. Let him start in the starter unit. Put him right out there. I mean, let his chest burn harder in the starting unit. Yeah, throw him out right out there as soon as he get back. You know what I mean? Because it's going to help the starting unit. And I don't know what they're gonna do, if it's gonna be Josh Hart or if they're gonna sit. You know, I heard some chirps about sitting McHale down and putting him in the second unit. McHale is in a little slump right now, and that's it. You know what I mean? And if that happens and he goes to the second unit and we keep Josh Hart, so be it.
That should be dangerous, though.
You know what I mean? So be it. You know what I mean? So we have a lot of things that we have to change. And I like what Tom Thibodeau did. Like, a lot of people dog Tom Thibodeau and all that stuff. But Tom Thibodeau, the way he coached yesterday, the way he substituted yesterday, I like the way he substituted yesterday. Just plays, then get on the court and produce.
Yep, real talk. Yeah, man. Salute everybody in the chat, man. Met Knicks fan, let's go. Rasul, John Smith, what's good? Queen Darlene, I see you in the building. Salute to you. MRHRMX, great. What's good to you, my man? Appreciate you coming in. Everybody, man. Salute to you guys. Real talk. Johnny D, the whole chat, man. Salute to everybody. Hey, real talk. Hey, Crim's dad, I think I like where you're going with the Mitch, Cat, OG, but I do think what they probably would do, I had thought at one time they put Josh Hart on the bench but I wouldn't have a problem, no lie. This is not a demotion for Mikal Bridges. See, what you want TJ Warren to do, Mikal Bridges does that and is 50, how would I say, miles are better than him on defense. I mean, TJ Warren don't even play defense, hypothetically. But I don't have a problem putting Mikal in there. I put either him or Josh Hart there. I think you put Mikal Bridges on the bench. I'm gonna tell you what he'll do, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be a Lou Williams. He'll be one of them dudes that get you 20 off the bench every fucking night. Because now he don't gotta take his game and wait for Jalen Brunson and Cat to get their buckets. He just gotta stand around and kind of wait till his shots come, because them cats predominantly got the shots. So what that does to me, Mikal could probably be sixth man of the year if he was on the bench right now, hypothetically. I mean, because one thing I like about it, Josh Hart would be another ball handler that's in the starting unit with Jalen Brunson. So just in case they double team Jalen Brunson, obviously, Josh Hart can break that down and everything like that. I like that. I don't have a problem with either one. But when Mitch come back, one of them dudes go to the bench. That's why I'm not really. I don't think Tom Thibodeau or Leon Roldan worry about bringing nobody up, because they know when Mitch come back, one of them two wings is going on the bench. Which I have no idea. But I like because Josh Hart, the reason why to me he fits in the starting lineup compared to Mikal Bridges, because Josh Hart don't need shots to be effective. Mikal Bridges needs shots to be effective, ladies and gentlemen. Here's why. He's not a great rebounder. And he's not known to be a facilitator like that. Josh Hart does all three of them things. He can score, facilitate, and rebound. But I think if you put Mikal Bridges in that second unit, ladies and gentlemen, I think the Knicks is a pretty dangerous team with him there. Because now he could be the primary dude in the second unit and let, McBride and Campaign feed off of him. Because, this cat could score 20 in the sleep, ladies and gentlemen. He's that prolific with the ball. But it's just that when you got Jalen Brunson and my man there, I think it takes a lot of shots away from him. So, I don't have a problem with it. It's not a demotion. I think it's what's best for the team. And I don't have a problem with Mikal going there. And I think that makes Knicks more better. I really do. Because now you not only you brought in a guy in the second unit who played both sides of the ball, he defend and score. He's going to be the primary scorer in that second unit. and everybody feed off him. So I kind of like the idea of them guys doing that. And that's why, we got to wait to see how it goes. But like I said, yesterday's game was just a tough game. It really was, man. You're going against the best dude, the best team in the league, basically. And the reason why they're the best team. You know who they hunting for, ladies and gentlemen? The Boston Celtics going for that Cleveland spot, ladies and gentlemen. You believe that?
Right.
The Boston Celtics probably win it again, ladies and gentlemen. I had Knicks and Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals this year. I think Boston could win. That team is loaded, bro, from top to bottom. They benches deep. They shoot the three ball like no other. Everybody on that team can shoot the three ball. You know what I mean? And their defense is stellar. They got top level scores, like Josh Hart said. They got top level scores on all three levels there, meaning that they can score from outside, they can score from inside, they can score all over the place. Tatum, Brown, and Drew Holiday and Derrick White, them dudes just get it like that. You know what I mean? So you got to get a kudos and they've been together, like Shop Howard said, for 4 years, 3 or 4 years together. So I'm not mad that the Knicks lost to them. I just wish we would have competed harder coming out the gate. But I'm not mad we lose that team. Team's better than us. I mean, what do you want us to tell you? You know what I mean? Reason why I'm not mad, ladies and gentlemen, right now, why would you be mad knowing that the team that you lost to is one of the best teams in the league? They just won a championship.
Facts.
And here's another thing y'all got to think about, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe this might help y'all out. Is that anybody in the chat thought Knicks was winning the championship this year? I think they would get to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I think that's because we got to the 2020-21, we got to the first round. Then 2 years later, we got to the second round twice. This was the step I'm hoping that we get to at least the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, we took steps since, you know what I mean? So if you didn't think Knicks was going to win the final this year, the three teams that beat us got a chance to win the finals. One of them won it last year. So I think that, I think we got to take that into consideration as well, knowing that, we just lost to a team that got a juggernaut team, ladies and gentlemen. And I really think that's what it all boils down to. I just think they ran them to the best team in the last couple of games, and them teams show why they're the best team. Does that mean we suck? No, we just not better than them right now. But I still, like I said, we still got them guys at the end of the year. I don't trip off this game by game stuff because, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we got down to 87-84. 87-84, and the game we lost in the Garden, we seen what we could do when we bring our A game, and we only brought our A game in the third quarter yesterday.
Thanks.
That's all to it. If we would have brought our A game out the gate, it could have been a different story yesterday, but we didn't come out the gate. Well, we came out the gate, we just was missing shots. Let me put it like that. We missed a lot of shots in that first quarter. Shots that we normally knock down. I see Mikal missing middies right there yesterday, wide open. I see Cat that had no points until the third quarter or something like that.
Yep.
So we got to find a way to come out against these top teams, not flat like that. You know what I mean? Like, come out the gates on the game. Because last night, like I said, Cat and my man, Jalen Brunson, Cat anyway, he wound up having a great game with 24 and 18. And Jalen Brunson had 22. But look how long it took him to get to where they had got to. And I just think that if you want to say that Tibbs for that, okay, that you could give Tibbs part of that blame. But I think Tibbs had these cats ready every day. But like I said, sometimes somebody, if your boss on your job give you a certain, your boss say, I want you to execute this on your job. He give you the blueprint. Your boss said, I want you to take this stock room or do whatever with it, or I want you to take this 2x4 do it in it. Once he give you the game plan, you got to execute what that guy told you to do. And I think yesterday, I'm not blaming Tibbs for them cats the way they came out there. Y'all need to step your motherfucking game up. When a dude going at you, you go back at him. You go back at them. And I know that from playing on the playground. Mother try to give me the business on the playground. I'm coming at you, dog. You try to show me up, you ain't punking me out here. And it's going to be some rough, rugged shit going on. And I think the Knicks got to get there. I just think they got to come out the gate and go hard like they're supposed to. And don't wait to a certain point when you know you can go hard, chop out and get a popper. So I say all that to say, man, we just got to come out the game, come out. Usually when the Knicks come out in the first quarter, they score and they doing their thing. It's hard to beat the Knicks. But lately, our defense has been sputtering, and we coming out there giving up leads. Then we got to use all our energy to get back in the game. And one thing about yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, Carl Anthony Towns wanted to come back in that game yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. you can't blame that on Ted, even though Ted probably, he said, no, I want to go back in. Usually the players when, they win that battle. Because that, man, I'm happy about that too, because that means he want to compete to try to win. So don't get me wrong, give kudos to Carl Anthony Towns for wanting to come back in the game, and play, because he's the one who made that decision. And, but like I said, when your point of attack is, your front line of defense and your back line of defense is not strong, they're too weak of defender, you're going to have these problems. But let's see how it goes, Shop Power. But other than that, let's go into stats right quick, man, and talk about what we seen yesterday. And I want to write it down. I do want to do the starting five, ladies and gentlemen, because it's so interesting, the dynamics there. Now you see what I was talking about earlier, about what I was talking about. I had to get that back in there because it seems like it's not in there. I apologize for that. We're having a tough time with that today. But anyway, let me get that set up and we'll talk about that. But yeah, man, our front line of defense and Carl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson, now we can defenders. We definitely got it. We need Mitch back there to help ease that pain a little bit, because you get past Jalen Brunson and Carl Anthony Towns can't stop you at the rim. That ain't doing you no good. You're only good as the talent you got, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, when we had Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson back there, a lot of that stuff don't happen. But because that's not my man's strong suit, when them cats get past Jalen Brunson at the top, usually it rears its ugly head far as that. But here we go to our starters yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, real quick. Jalen Brunson, 22, 3 and 4. Towns, 24, 18, but no assists. Josh Hart doing Josh Hart thing. I understand Anunoby's game. He does his second game back, whatever, so I give him a miss. I'm not even worried about Mikel's offense, but ladies and gentlemen, no rebounds, 1 assist. That's why I say you put him. If you had to put him in, you put him on the bench, because Josh Hart giving you 20, 11, and 9. He giving you 14, 0, and 1. That means he's not giving you the rebound Josh Hart giving you. He's not giving you the assist Josh Hart giving you. But what he can do in that second unit is give you that scoring and have a chance to do that, because you do got Preston Chua and maybe I don't know if it's Haka Purdy. I'm not sure he the answer. I think you might have to go get another backup center. I think that he didn't even play yesterday, because much as we like him, but he's not ready for this. I don't think neither. But that's another thing. So let's see how it goes. But the numbers not bad. We scored 90 points in our second unit. Our starting five. But I understand Anunoby's 10 and 2. He just getting back, so I give him a pass. We know Mikel right now, he's shooting the ball not the way he was about a couple of games ago. Peaks and valleys for him. But I don't even have a problem with that, because that's the NBA. But the 0 rebounds, ladies and gentlemen. You got to go in there and grab rebound. That's defense. Rebound is defense. He's a hell of a defender. And don't get me wrong. Let me make no mistake about it. Usually when he guarding his guy, he's on a wing. So you can't expect Mikel to get uber rebound, because the 9 out of 10, the guy that he's playing is normally out there at the 3-point line. So tying that ball going in the air, he need to either break the other way to get a fast break point, which he do. You notice when the ball come out, he already halfway down the court, and that's why you get to get the long passes. But he still got to find a way to get you a couple of rebounds. And he just had an off night. That team is pretty good down there, man. Like I said, so I get it. Jaylen Brown, them guys can do what they do, and Tatum them. But I do want to get Anunoby his flower for this run reason. I told y'all Jason Tatum wasn't scoring no 40 on him. And when Anunoby guarded Jason Tatum yesterday, Jason Tatum was 1 for 8. Let me put that out there. 1 for 8 against Anunoby. He got 24 points, but he was getting it on everybody else. So that's why I said his impact is undeniable, and that's why I can't wait to see if Mitch can help these guys a little more, man. Because if you got that guy down there and you got Anunoby and Hart, and if it's gonna be Mikel, but one of them might go to the bench. But I do think the Knicks need to start Mitchell Robinson, Shop Powers, and I think Mikel will flourish in the Knicks on the bench. I really do. I think that cat will get a popping on it, because he'll be the primary dude. He don't got a hot. What's that word I'm looking for, Shop Powers? When you give it to another person, I'm looking for a word. He don't have to give in the Cat and Brunson. You know what I mean? Shop Powers in the second unit, he'll be the main guy. Whereas in the starting unit, he's not the main guy. He's the third guy.
He's number 3. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think it might make sense to put him in the second unit for the fact that he could be the main guy in that unit. Now we don't have to worry about talking about guys, whatever. So let's see how it goes, man. But other than that, we definitely need Mitch Robbins back to help with that pick and roll defense. Because like I said, Jalen Brunson is not that guy on the defense side of the ball, and neither is Cat. So these teams are eating us up, eating our lunch when they do a pick and roll against the Knicks. They know they're gonna get their buckets with Cat and Brunson, and that's okay. I mean, but let's hope that we go back and get it right, man. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Not saying like Mitch is the be all or all be all and all that other stuff, but what we are lacking right now is interior defense. You know what I mean? Interior defense, and what Mitch gives you is interior defense, plain and simple. You know what I mean? And with Mitch back on the court, I believe that they will probably sit Josh Hart and keep Mikal, because Mikal and OG, with Mitchell Robinson being at the back and Cat on the wing, that makes us a tough team. You know what I mean? It's harder to switch so much. You know what I mean? And like you said, Divine, it's not just Boston that done it to us. It's a lot of teams that have picked up this narrative of the high pick and roll on Cat and on Brunson, and drive right to the hole. Because once Cat is there, he's either going to drop back or he's going to miss the defensive possession, or you score the basket. So they do that pretty frequent on us and stuff like that. That's one of the niches that a lot of teams, like if I'm sitting back here and we sitting back here and we talking about it, how would you know the other teams know this already? So that's a lot of things, a lot of teams that we have played, especially when they have bigger guys that can switch off of everything, we have trouble with. You know what I mean? A la Detroit, a la Chicago. You know what I mean? Teams that can switch off of everything. You know what I mean? And all the other bigger teams that I didn't mention, the Clevelands and all that. So that's exactly what you see. How many live threats you seen this year that teams are just throwing it down at the rim and just revert back to when Mitchell Robinson there? How many alley-oops you see when Mitchell Robinson is in there? I don't remember too many. I don't remember Mitch getting dunked on but once, like really dunked on, and that was by Giannis. I don't really see somebody driving out of the lane and be like, oh! I don't remember John Moran doing that to Mitchell Robinson. And he did it to everybody. I don't remember him doing it to Mitch. I mean, I don't remember, all this stuff going on and stuff. Anyway, with that being said, I just believe hopefully Wednesday Mitch will be back. And like you said, Divine, if you're gonna put him out there for 4 minutes and then put Josh Hart back into the starting lineup. If you're only gonna run 4 minutes, let him run 4 minutes with the starting unit so he can start getting used to that. Because we're going to need that interior defense. That north and south stuff is for real against us this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. It is. I mean, listen, ladies and gentlemen, and not to harp on it, but remember who we had on the defense side of the defense line last year compared to this year, ladies and gentlemen. See, you got to – if Tibbs' defense was great the last couple of years, the only reason it's different this year is that you had Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson instead of Cat.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? You had defensive-minded centers last year. That's why the defense was better. It had nothing to do with his coaching. His coaching been the way he's been coaching since his defense been top 4 since he's been here. But he also had defense-minded players in certain positions that really made a difference. And that was Hartenstein and Mitch. It made a difference. And that's why we hope that when Mitch come back, he makes a difference. Because like I said, you don't got nobody to keep the cats out the paint. It's going to be a field day, you know what I mean? And let's see, hope it goes that way. But real quick, and I'm going to throw the box scores and all that, then I'll open up the panel, Jay. But shout power to the past day. Let's look at some of the numbers from yesterday, man. Overall, 118, 105. They put a gutsy performance there, and then, like I said, the third quarter, that was about it. But if you look at the stats overall for them guys and both teams, shout power, we was 100% from the Chinese strike. We only went 11 times, though. They only went 11 times. I don't know if that's right. It seemed like it is, I guess. I didn't see nobody. They didn't go there a lot, so I guess it could be right. But we only shot 46% from the field goal area. Ladies and gentlemen, 26 for 56. Tibbs not shooting that basketball, ladies and gentlemen. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Tibbs don't shoot the basketball. Them players shoot the basketball. They shot out of 56 attempts, they only made 26 of them. In the first quarter, they couldn't hit a bucket. The midi wasn't popping for them, and that's where we got to take these things in totality. They shot 26 for 56, 46%. Boston shot 28 for 47, 60%. That's not the coach, ladies and gentlemen. That's the 9 or 10 players on that floor who didn't do their job. Carl Anthony Towns in that first quarter shooting the ball didn't do his job. McHale didn't do a job in the first quarter. They was missing open shots that put them in the rear. That's not coaching. That's sometimes we got to hold these players accountable. Every time that these guys, the Knicks have a bag, and you can hold Tibbs accountable for the schemes, or maybe he didn't do a timeout right, or maybe he didn't substitute a guy here and there. But you can't put 26 for 56 on Tibbs. Tibbs don't shoot the basketball. Tibbs don't rebound the basketball. Tibbs don't pass the basketball. Them players do that. They do that. You know what I mean? Like I said, you can give a person the game plan, but it's going to be on you to execute the game plan. And last night in that first quarter, ladies and gentlemen, they just didn't do that first quarter anyway, the first couple of quarters. But then they scored 60%, 28 for 47. From downtown, we did okay, 14 for 36, 39%. They shot 39% from downtown. But field goals, 40 for 92, ladies and gentlemen. We only shot 43% from the field goal area. They shot 49%. We got out-rebounded 49 to 40. Like I said, and we got to do a better job of helping Josh Hart and Carl Towns, ladies and gentlemen. Because think about it, other than them two, McHale had no rebounds, and Anunoby had 2 rebounds. We got our wings got to be better than that. For that night, they just wasn't better because Boston had it going anyway. So we just got to take that in consideration. But you look at the rest of the box score, 12 offensive rebounds, they had 7 assists. You know how Sharp Power say we get 28 or better, we normally win a game. Well, we only had 21 assists last night, and they had 27. And we had 11 turnovers. They had 10, 4 steals, 1 block, ladies and gentlemen, 15 fouls. Max points in a row. They had 11. We had 9. Time spent in the lead. There we go again. 2 games in a row. We was only in the lead for 21 seconds. They was in the lead for 47. The whole game practically, they was in the lead. The whole game. First part, 48-minute game. We only had to lead for 21 seconds. That is insane. That was the first quarter. I think Jalen Brunson hit that first bucket. And after that, that was a wrap. Biggest lead, 1 point for us. First quarter, like I said, 27 for them. So all that in a nutshell, we got to be better, from a statistics standpoint, and we just didn't have it against some guys. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we shot 40 for 92. They shot 45 for 91, damn near 50%. We shot only 43%. And, and you look at the points we lost by, them 12 points made a difference. But we just got to be better in all facets of the game, man. Because they definitely outplayed us, because they're a better team than us right now, obviously. So that it is what it is. But from a scoring standpoint, ladies and gentlemen, Carl Anthony Towns, 24 and 18. Brunson, 22 and 3 or 4. Josh Hart, 20, 11 and 9. Oh my God, man, that brother, he is killing it, man. I don't know where the Knicks would be without that dude. You could tell why. McHale, 14, 0 rebounds. Like I said, disappointed with that. Anunoby, I understand him. He's just getting back off the injured list. He had 10 points, 2 rebounds. So let's say hypothetically, McHale gave you 4 rebounds and Anunoby gave you 6. That score might be different. It might be different. So we just got to hope these guys campaign. 7 points, 1 assist. Shamet, I was disappointed in Deuce Bryant's game yesterday. 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He did not have a Deuce Bryant. I like the Shamet minutes. I thought he had played a great game yesterday. I was surprised Tibbs didn't put him back in there. That's the one flaw that I got to give knock on Tibbs from yesterday was when we got the score down to 84 to 87 going into that fourth quarter, and the starters had got us back in the game. I wish Tibbs would have went in the fourth quarter, came out with the bench. I understand why he did it, because he wanted our stars to score, get buckets. But soon we came out that thing, Derek White started going off, and Shamet was playing them dudes good. He was playing Derek White and Peyton Pritchard on them guys pretty good yesterday. So I thought he should have put the second unit back in to get a starters, maybe some rest at the beginning of the fourth quarter. That's the only knock I had on him yesterday, was that one thing for me was When you got that lead back down, that means our starters burnt all their energy getting back into the game. So you understand what I'm saying? You down a lot of points. You're wasting all your energy to get back in the game. So when they had that fourth quarter break right there, we were down only 4 or 7, whatever, I definitely thought he should have put the bench back in there for a couple of minutes, even if it was 2 or 3 minutes. Because the bench played better defense yesterday than our starters did. You know what I mean? And we needed our defense to hold that lead while Brunson and Catnum retool themselves. Other than that, shot powers, that was one of my biggest things I thought Tibbs should have did yesterday was that. But other than that, I don't got no problem with what he did. Because like I said, the player didn't perform yesterday. They didn't step up to the challenge the way they needed to. And that's just all it boils down to me.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is in a nutshell. I also concur with you about him letting Shamet get out there and play that good defense and score a couple of baskets and didn't see him the rest of the game. I think that was it's not often that I mentioned Shamet and wanted him to play basketball, and I was looking for him to come back in because he was one of the people that helped us get it down to 11. Mm-hmm. And it was 11 and something happened, and you know what I mean. But anyway, it is what it is, man. And we didn't step up to. We didn't play that. You know why I understand some Knicks fans, because the greediness that we had last year, this team doesn't have it, kind of, sort of. But we have different players here that doesn't have the same type of stability that we had last year. And I mean, Hartenstein was a big fixture to what we did last year because he played the type of Tom Thibodeau style of basketball of protecting the rim. And he learned how to score the basketball with his little floater from Jalen Brunson. You know what I mean? So hey, we just got a difference. So it's not a something we're better with this team that we have right now. We're better record. This might be one of the best records in this amount of games, and I don't even know how long. You know what I mean? I don't care what teams we beat. I don't care what teams you want to classify as the elite teams or the worst teams or whatever. They're all NBA teams. This is not the G League that we're playing. This is not the Euro League that we're playing. Everybody that we have won and lost to has been an NBA team. And if you don't come out with your game, if you don't come out with your A game, you can lose. Get your butt whipped. And it's a fact. And we didn't come out with our A game yesterday. Our A game didn't come until when we started coming back, I was amped. I was like, there we go. This is the Knicks that I was hoping to see. This is what I was waiting to see. I'm waiting for this. Yeah, now here we go. I'm clapping. I'm like, yeah, here we go. Yeah, we go. And then they got tired. They got burnt out from coming all the way back. And then we come with this substitution and stuff like that, like you said. And it was like, man. All right. You know what I mean? On to the next one. Yep. But we have it in us. We just we have that type of basketball in us. We just have to execute it when we need to execute it. And yesterday we executed when we had to, but not when we needed to. I mean, down the stretch, we didn't do that. And once we got it down to that 4 and that basket, that 3-point basket, pushed it back up to 7, it was a wrap after that.
Yeah, real quick. I'm gonna bring Jay in a minute. I'm gonna ask the chat 2 questions, and y'all had me. What could Tibbs had done different yesterday to make that game go in Knicks' favor, which I don't think he could have did anything, because Boston is NBA elite. The Knicks are not there. That's what I'm talking. I don't understand why we keep throwing Tibbs under the bus when we lose we lose game. Because when we win the game, nobody never say Tibbs sucks because we won the game. But this is what I'm trying to say. What could Tibbs have done different yesterday to make that game different? Tibbs don't shoot that basketball, ladies and gentlemen. Tibbs didn't shoot 46%. Tibbs did not rebound the basketball. Tibbs do not defend the other player. I don't get this stuff. To me, you could say if the Knicks was under 500 or the Knicks was 500, you guys will have a valid point about Tibbs. The Knicks is the top 3 in the East.
Facts.
It's way worse than the Knicks. It's 12 other teams in the East worse than the Knicks. What could Tibbs have done? Tibbs do not rebound the basketball. Tibbs ain't guarding no Drew Holiday. Tibbs ain't guarding Jason Tatum. Tibbs ain't defending Jaylen Brown. Sometimes you got to step your game up as a player. The coach can only do but so much. What could Tibbs done yesterday in that game? I don't care what coaching style. I don't care who coached that game yesterday. Let's forget about Tibbs. You could have put every Spoelstra in there. They still would have got their ass whipped yesterday because the players didn't step their game up. You could have put Pat Riley in there. You could have put Eric Spoelstra in there. You could have put Greg Popovich in that game. If Jalen Brunson can't defend and Cat can't defend and Mikal not hitting shots and Anunoby just got back, he not in his game, I don't care who you coaching that team yesterday. You wasn't beating the Boston Celtics. Cleveland haven't even beat the Boston Celtics this year, ladies and gentlemen. They smoked them dudes twice. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the defending champions, the best team in the NBA, until somebody knocked them dudes off. They done beat creme de la creme dudes, ladies and gentlemen. Boston is that elite. We don't got the Knicks better than Boston. Nobody on, at least in the Knicks real talk anyway, we don't got the Knicks better than Boston. You would never heard us say we was better than Boston. You never heard us say we was better than the Cavs. Right now, we got an opportunity to get there. But right now, I don't think it's an issue to me because who do you call elite? There's only three teams. If you want to say elite, is Boston, OKC, and Cleveland. They're better than us right now. So what do you expect for the Knicks to do? You can't expect for the Knicks to beat the team who better than them. The Knicks not better than them. They're not. So what's the big deal? What's the big deal? It ain't no big deal. That game yesterday, now if you want to say the way they lost, the energy and the effort, I get that. But to say that, yeah, I can understand y'all saying you don't like the effort or you didn't like the way they came out. But to say that the Knicks suck because they lost to Boston and Cleveland, that's crazy because, first of all, they deeper than us. They got more talent than us right now, at least the whole team. The whole team. We got a problem right now with on the defense side of the ball with Cat and Brunson at the top and at the back. That's facts, ladies and gentlemen. Jalen Brunson and Cat, like I said, is not Drew Holiday at the point of attack, and it's not Porzingis at the back line of defense. They're just not them dudes. So they're not Jared Allen, and they're not him. They're not Giannis, and they're not whoever. I mean, until we get that center spot back to where it need to be. And I think that's why you got to bring Mitchell Robinson back there because we need somebody who, when they get in the pick and roll, like I said earlier, they know they're getting past Cat. Cat's not a good one-on-one defender. They know they're getting past Jalen Brunson because he's not a one-on-one defender. But last year, see, Jalen Brunson had somebody to cover for him. Who was that? Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson. They don't have that this year, and that's why they're struggling right now. Let's see how it goes. But let me bring my partner in here, my man, Jay Chosen. With the Nick drip on to our New York Mets. Y'all know what it is. They know how we get down. So let's get it popping. To the New York Mets. Brian Silver, first back of the year, spring training, bang. But anyway, shout out Jay Chosen was good, my man. Holler at me about being Nick, man, what you're seeing, what your thoughts on these boys, man. Thank you for coming in.
Always, man. Yo, man, I laid down today. I had a full morning and nothing to do. I laid down around 4. I woke up like 15, 20 minutes ago, man. I need a day like this after a day like yesterday. Look, you know how it goes. Everybody can scream Tibbs. Does he make mistakes? He does. He's human.
Facts.
You know, he's human. Do I make mistakes? I do. But it's higher stakes. But it depends on your life. Like, it depends. We're talking basketball, so I'm gonna stick to basketball. But as a man, I make plenty of mistakes. The first person to feel or to get the brunt of anything negative that's happening on the court will always be the coach.
That's right.
It will always be the coach.
Facts.
All right. It's not even just the fact that I agree, that I think Mikal, when Mitch comes back, should be on the bench. I think it would energize us. I think he would have less people to defer to and pass off to. He wouldn't be, a fourth, the fourth person on the team to get the shot or whatever it might be. But it also could be hard because we need those rebounds. Those extra rebounds. If you're gonna have Mitch and Cat on the floor, you have a lot of rebounding going on. So, it's whoever we play. I think it shouldn't be one thing. The guys who have been playing all year could know how to play to get on the court. So no matter who you put, if it's Mikhail or if it's Josh, no matter who you put, it doesn't matter. You can interplace them. It depends on the team that we're playing. I really don't think that part matters. I think that one flaw, if I had to give, is that Tibbs gets stuck with if a guy gets going, he puts out his fire sometimes. Like the Shaman thing you were just talking about. Or you remember a couple weeks back, I think Payne or one of the guys had like 18 in the first half or some it was something.
Payne.
Yeah, and he didn't come back in the whole game. I'm not going to defend. He doesn't need me to defend him. He doesn't need none of us to defend him. Since we've been here, since he's been here, we've been a better team, more sound team. And we just saw the fact of why a team that has been playing together for X amount of years has been the champion and plays so well and has been in the top two every year the past handful of years. Their coach is only in his third year, I believe, right? The Boston's coach?
Yep.
Because before that was Brad Stevens and all the other people.
Yuma Adobe got fired because of that situation, that sexual
yeah,
thing. Yeah,
exactly. So I bet you if you go down to Boston and they would have lost to us, you would have heard a handful of people talking about their coach. That's just the way it goes. He didn't make this move, it didn't pivot when it happened, but Tibbs is not on the floor doing this stuff. Sometimes you got to look at the guy and be like, yo, that was Olay defense. Yo, that wasn't a good pass. That wasn't a good, outlet. You don't throw the ball all the way down and think this ain't football. Don't do it back to back. You just got picked off. But they're human. And I think that what we're watching, and I know this is upsetting because the way they started seemed so and what I'm about to say doesn't take away from the fact that we are still third in the East. We are still, one of the echelon teams as far as starting go. But they definitely shows that we are on the way up. One or two moves, Mitch being healthy. I really wish they would have made one or two moves to improve that bench or something. Why not get the backup center for the backup center? Like during the deadline. All those things. Those are important moves that we missed out on.
Let me ask you a question: Do we miss out on them, or are we not in a situation to be able to make the move? Listen, the Knicks is cap strapped, ladies and gentlemen. They only 400.
Follow the money.
Follow the money, ladies and gentlemen.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Here's what I'm saying, real quick. I get what you're saying, but I don't think you trade just to trade. Like, who you going to trade? Are you going to trade Pettichor? Pettichor playing good for us. Are you going to trade Mitchell Robinson? Mitchell Robinson is one of the reasons why we struggling the way we are struggling now. So who do you trade? You're not going to trade the starting five. You keep and everybody making $1 billion. I'm just saying hypothetically. I'm not questioning you, J2. I'm just trying to look at another variable. That's all I'm doing. I'm not questioning.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, look,
I'm trying to think about. I guess what I'm trying to say is because of the situation the Knicks are in from a cap standpoint, and they don't want to move Mitchell Robinson. Tibbs, they ain't gonna do that. I think he's the reason why we struggling because we don't have an interior duel. I think they fine me, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think the Knicks need to do nothing but get Mitchell Robinson back, put one of them starters on the bench. Now our team becomes just as good as anybody else. Because think about this here. I like T.J. Warren, I like Oubre, but none of them dudes is Josh Hart. None of them is Mikal Bridges. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks just beat the Memphis Grizzlies, second in the Eastern Conference, in the Western Conference, 143-106 2 weeks ago. That's an elite team. They beat the Denver Nuggets 122-112. That's an elite team. They beat the Houston Rockets. That's an elite team. I mean, elite team for as playoff elite, but they lost to contenders. I'm trying to wrap my head around why everybody so crazy. I mean, when Tibbs beat these teams, nobody never talk about. In other words, what I don't like about us as fans, y'all guys never give Tibbs credit when he do the right thing, but you always want to fire him when Knicks lose a basketball game. That's not fair. But just like he won a lot of good games, give him his flowers. And if he lose a game, then fucking rip him, critique him, do whatever. But at the same time, you got to give him his flowers for where he got us. Ladies and gentlemen, the Grizzlies is second in the Western Conference. They second. The Nuggets is third. The Rockets,
we beat Houston. We beat Denver twice.
That's really what all I'm trying to say is like, it's all right to say Tibbs suck. But when Tibbs do something good, you notice people never give him the flowers when he do good. You know what they're gonna say? That's what he's supposed to do. I get it. But who else you gonna bring in here? If you fire Tibbs today, who you bringing in here gonna do what he gonna do? Name who in the NBA that you could say if you fire Tibbs today, who gonna come in here and keep us where we at?
Yeah, I love this Eric Spoelstra talk too. By the way. Is he a good coach? Sure, he is a good coach. But I always make this joke that he had an earpiece in and Pat Riley was sitting 5 rows behind him telling him, all right, I want you to go to play Y, play X. I want you to go green. Right now, green. Run green, right? That guy was a videotape analysis guy, okay? And he ended up getting the job. He also, by the way, had the big three and Ray Allen. Like, we don't have that team. We have a great offensive team. The proof's in the pudding. Defensively and bench-wise, we're just not super deep, and we don't got the defenders that we had last year. We were what's the word? We were blessed to have it. I'm thinking of a different word. Spoiled. We were spoiled with having 2 good defending 7-footers. That one go on the bench, one come off the bench. One goes down in injury, one comes and shines, gets a bag. We had that. Don't forget, not only did we have that, but before he went down, we had Randall getting 10 rebounds and battling underneath under the basket. It was a different type of thing. So we were spoiled with 2 7-footers that could play defense and didn't need to score, but iHeart learned to score. Okay, everybody that comes in here learns. I bet you this Precious is gonna get a bag. Not the bag he got this year. He's gonna get a different bag. I promise you that. Where did he get that from? For the need to fill a spot, and he learned something to get a little bit better than he was. iHeart wasn't that iHeart wasn't iHeart until he came to New York. He was Isaiah Hartenstein, right? I don't know what his background is, but he was just the big white dude with the beard and tattoos that came off the bench and put some minutes in. And last year, he became a rock and roll status. And the reason, rock and roll artist, the reason why he did that, he came into a system, he bought into a system, and when him and Mitch were together, not in the same court, I'm saying together on this, both healthy, one would come in for the other. You didn't lose nothing. Maybe you lost offensive rebounding, but even that iHeart got better at, right? So now we don't have that. We don't have not one of them. We have an insanely talented power forward that's playing center for us right now.
Hey, real quick, let me let
with no backup.
Yeah, go ahead. And let me put this out there right quick, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to answer something after you're done too, regarding what could we have done. The thing you asked me.
Or as the Mitchell Roberts situation, because I see these guys up in the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I don't look at it.
In the first round against Cleveland Cavaliers 2 years ago, the reason why we won that series was because of Mitchell Robinson. No Julius Randle, injured.
Yep.
Came into the Cleveland because Mitchell Robinson dominated that series. When I mean he dominated that series against Cleveland, he dominated it. And then against Miami, he played well. Last year, he dominated Joel Embiid and them. What happened last year? They pulled a man down because Mitchell Robinson got injured. We go into an Indiana Pacers series, and Miles Turner eats Hartenstein and Jericho Simpson for lunch, ladies and gentlemen, and he's not even that thorough.
And we still got deep.
Because Mitchell Robinson went down because Joel Embiid pulled him to the floor. Hear me what I'm saying.
Yep.
The guy makes an impact. And if you watch the games he played, Mitchell Robinson tore Cleveland up in that series. And then he tore him up, and then they tore Joel Embiid up last year. What happened to the Knicks when Mitchell Robinson got hurt last year in the playoff, Shot Powers and Jay Chosen? They lost. They lost.
Yep.
Because he wasn't there. And if he was there, we would have been playing Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, even without Anunoby and Julius Randle last year. Even without them two. If Mitchell Robinson would have played in that second game, that second round series against Indiana, Knicks would have been in the Eastern Conference Finals. And that's facts. That ain't no hyperbole right there. That's facts. And that's why we're missing that man right now. I guarantee you when Mitchell Robinson come back, the Knicks defense will be better. It's going to make them the contenders and all that. No. But they will be a better defense-minded team because you see what Mitchell Robinson does, him and Hartenstein do when they anchor that defense in New York. Right now, they put in Cat in the pick and roll, and they destroying the Knicks because Cat is just not a good elite defender at that position when it comes to one-on-one. He could rebound the ball, but that, to me, is a different story. So, again, Jay told I'm in Jay Shaw Powell. My bad. I just said all that to say that y'all guys got to start looking. If you watch the basketball game, watch the games. I mean, I get the feeling the most. I get y'all don't like these guys. I understand a lot of you guys don't. I get it. I do understand it. I'm not throwing no shade. I'm not telling you who to root for or nothing. But all I'm trying to say is deal with the facts, not just the feelings and emotions. Deal with the facts. And the facts is when Mitchell Robinson's on a basketball for the New York Knicks, they are dominant because the numbers don't lie. Shaw Powers, straight up.
Yeah, I mean, we keep saying it about that jigsaw puzzle. He is not the win-all, be-all. But what we lack right now is interior defense.
Facts.
And what is one of the great things about Mitchell Robinson? That north and south thing that we always talk about. He makes teams go east and west. Yep. And that is a fact. That is not no hyperbole. That is nothing that we swinging off the arm or think maybe that might be nah. When you have seen Mitchell Robinson on the court, you see teams play different style of basketball against Mitchell Robinson because of what he does in the interior. Why Julius Randle was getting 13, 14 rebounds last year is because of Mitchell Robinson boxing out 2 and 3 players at a time when Randle could come in and snatch the ball. The same idea, I think, that can happen with Cat. Cat's still going to get 14, 15 rebounds. You want to know why? Because when it comes down to the lane and Cat comes in to go rebound the basketball, Mitchell Robinson got his man and the man behind him already boxed out. So Cat can come in and swoop in and grab these rebounds. Why Mitchell Robinson wasn't a great defensive rebounder? Because of what he did on the defensive side of blocking these guys out so they can't get the rebound. Another thing that Mitchell Robinson does really, really, really well is offensive rebounding. We have been beat against all of these last 3 or 4 teams in offensive rebounding. You know what I mean? Rebounding in general, but offensive rebound. One team had 18 offensive rebounds on us in the last couple of games. I can't remember which team, and we had 7 or 9 or something like that. Offensive rebounding gives you second chance points. It helps. These are where we are missing out on not having someone that is interior defender. Cat is a defender, not an interior defender. Cat can play defense. Cat can do some of those things, but he's a little slow-footed because he's running with these foot-long feet.
With the big ass feet.
He running with these yardsticks. Right. If he kicking you from the top of your head down to your belly button. This the type of dude, so he's a little slower in moving his feet.
He got,
you know what I mean? Not that he can't. I'm just saying, not that he can. He can block shots. He do all the things. Why he grabs the rebound so good is because he gets in there and he gets gritty. So once we have someone that can expel people from wanting to go north and south, it makes the team different. I.e., why I say that with Mitchell Robinson back in these next 26 games left, is going to change the defense from being 17 to push us close to 11, 12. It's going to make us a better defensive team. You're going to see OG play harder defense. You're going to see Mikal playing harder defense because now they don't have to cheat and come back here and grab rebounds. And with Mitchell Robinson being back there, you will see Mikal getting more rebounds. You will see OG getting more rebounds because it may be OG, it may be Mitch man and OG's man who he's boxing out. So OG could come in here and get the rebound, or vice versa with Mikal Bridges. So not saying that he's going to change the whole, like, oh, that's going to make us the champions this year. No, but what it does is get us in a better mindset of playing defense. That's what I think Mitchell Robinson does for us. And if you don't know by now, sorry, Divine, if you don't know by now, when Mitchell Robinson is on the court, I mean, you don't watch it. He's not on the court much. Let me say that too. But when he is on the court, he could have been every year in the league if he'd have stayed healthy. He could have been nominated for being a defensive player of the year almost every year. So let that sink in.
And definitely on the defensive team, you know, like number 1 team,
right.
2 team.
Hold on, Jay. Before I pass it to Jay, let me make this understood. The New York Knicks is 17 games over 500. The team below us is only 9 games over 500. What I don't understand is how in the hell can everybody complain about Tom Thibodeau when there's only 4 teams in the whole NBA got a better record than us? 4 teams in the whole NBA. Boston, Cleveland. Let me get it right. No matter of fact, it's only 3 teams in the whole NBA got a better record than the New York Knicks. The whole NBA, 30 teams, is the Thunder, Cleveland, and Boston, then us. And the 2 teams who got records like us, we bust them up by 30 already. So this is what I don't get. How in the hell the Knicks got the third best record in the NBA, and y'all up here complaining about Tom Thibodeau can't coach when they got the third best record in the NBA?
Right.
Insane.
With no bench.
That's insane to me. Literally, the third best record in the NBA, and the teams who got the second, the record after that, the second, third, and fourth team, and 5 teams in the Western Conference, we beat all of them except for the Lakers. But Tom Thibodeau can't coach. Our teams suck, but we got the third best record in the NBA. That's crazy to me. That's when I know y'all feelings and emotions get in the way of this basketball stuff. Y'all should be giving that man, because if Tom Thibodeau wasn't coaching Knicks right now, Knicks probably be down there with the other teams that down at the lower echelon. For real, I'm just being honest. They got the third best record in the NBA, and the only teams that got records better than them, they are bona fide contenders. Like, literally, the Thunder can win it all. Boston can win it all. And I think Cleveland, the way they play, probably can win it all. The Knicks got a better record than Ime Udoka. The Knicks got a better record than, other than Atkinson, and he got a juggernaut squad down there. That's a deep-ass team in Cleveland. So I can understand why that team is that good, because they got a talented roster, and they got a deep roster. They the number 1 3-point shooting team in the league. And our team is the worst 3-point defending team in the league. So you got to take all them variables to put in there. But to say that to keep giving this man who done took the Knicks from being a 21-win team 4 years ago, got us in the playoff, have us in the playoff 4 out of 5 years he's been here. And the only reason we didn't go further was because of injuries. Literally. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not no BS. Them facts what I'm talking here. Tom Thibodeau came to New York when this team won 21 games. He doubled that in 1 year with a Julius Randle and a bunch of misfits. Think about this here. When Tom Thibodeau came here, you had Julius Randle, a second-year R.J. Barrett, Alex Burks, Reggie Bullock, Reggie Noel,
Nerlens Noel.
All these guys who then some of them not even in the league no more. He took that team and gave them 41 wins, got them into the playoffs. When we haven't been to the playoffs since Mike Woodson was here. Think about that. 2013, Knicks haven't been nowhere. Tom Thibodeau come here his first year and turn the Knicks whole franchise around with 41 wins with Julius Randle and a bunch of average players.
Yep.
And then the next year they get injured, and then obviously Leon Rose brought in guys we didn't need like Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, guys like that who we really didn't need. So you know what? They still won 37 games that year. The next year they get Jalen Brunson. Tom Thibodeau get the Knicks to 47 wins, Shop Powers? Right.
Yeah, 47.
With Jalen Brunson and them. Then the next year he get them to 50 wins with a depleted roster in the playoffs.
And almost to the damn conference.
Then they got to the Eastern Conference Final if it wasn't from a couple of injuries. Ladies and gentlemen, if that ain't coaching, what is it? You might not like his in-game critique. You might not like some of the things he do in-game and stuff like that.
I don't like some of them too.
Yeah, I don't like him either. It's something to say. Tom Thibodeau ain't no perfect coach. First, Tom Thibodeau got a winning record just as good as anybody. He's a good coach. He might not be the best coach. But damn, you got to get a man flowers for what he did for this organization compared to where the hell we been. The man brought life to New York, ladies and gentlemen. Is he the best coach in the world? Is he great? Is he the best? No, he might not be a best X and O coach. But he got us where we haven't been in a long time. And right now, we got the third record in the Eastern Conference, and we got the third best record in the NBA. Yeah, J. Cho. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, look, you said it for me. Man. It is what it is. Again, I'm gonna say this again, man. He's not on the floor playing. You know, he took a team that had Nerlens Noel at some point starting at center. I mean, and even then, he took that a guy who was picked number 1 by Philly or whatever it was, who was really at that point pretty trash, and he was playing good defense. I'm gonna tell you this much: last year, when Mitch got pulled down because Embiid was so frustrated with not being able to score, so he became a BIT, you know what, and pulled him down on some sucker crap. If OG doesn't pull up on that layup run, I still think we win that 7th game because we had lost consecutive defenders back to back. It was Mitch and OG that got that. If we had one, I don't even think, because remember, Hart stepped up. So OG doesn't pull up blame on that breakaway, the game of his life where he had 28 in the third quarter. We going to the conference finals. Easy. And I really believed our energy last year. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but we beat Boston during the season last year. I believe that we would have had a fighting chance. But I'm not going to talk about last year. I'm going to talk about yesterday. And we're going to talk about going forward. We need that defensive presence in the middle. He'll be coming around the mountain when he comes soon. All right? Even if he's, I agree. I agree with you on this. I would start him. I would sit him. I would bring him in. I would start him first quarter, third quarter, and then play him as much in the fourth as I could until it's foul shooting time, if it's close. And then we back off a little bit. But that's about it. And even that, I follow him too on his profiles. He's been working on that. He's looking a lot better shooting. He's been looking a lot better shooting. So, look, he's had enough time. The man, we have a top, not just a top 3 in the East and all that other stuff, and how far behind us people are, and not all that. But you got to remember something. All these other teams that we're talking about that are elite teams, if you don't think that we have an elite offensive team, you haven't been watching it all year. Offensively, we are an elite offensive team. That team, OKC, is elite, complete elite. They got a number 1 defense. They got a unbelievable offense. And they have a deep bench. What's the one thing we lacking right now? Not the one thing, but a big thing. A deep bench. We don't got a deep bench. We don't got a 6th man of the year candidate type of person that's going to come up there and do it. Not yet. Not right now. I believe that Deuce could be a person like that. I believe that I would like to see a little bit more of, and it's very hard to do this. I know, like, you know, when Shaw Powell say follow the money, sometimes when you follow that money is a reason why some of these guys don't go on to the bench and they start. Because when you pay a person X amount of money, the expectations from most fans is that man's got to be a starter. I would like Thibodeau to say, all right, look, man, I don't care how much you make. I don't care how much you make. You're starting. You're coming off the bench. We need you better to come off the bench. I prefer if they would have started like Deuce at the 2 and bring somebody else in. I would like to see a real, this is why I always say this. I really think that Brunson is a 2 guard that has incredible handles and has stepped up to be a better point guard. But if he has somebody that could defer to other people, including him, he'd be off the planet, off the chain. So we're missing Mitch, and we're missing a bench right now.
And you know
we are watching a team evolve into elite.
If the New York Knicks would have Mitchell Robinson Precious Achua, and Landry Shamet at the beginning of the season, like everybody else, the Knicks will be the guy at right now. The Knicks will be where the Boston Celtics at right now. If they would have had their team coming out the gate just like everybody else, the Knicks would be right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the New York Knicks got the third best record in the NBA. They ain't got to fix shit but get healthy. Well, what are we talking about here? We got two dudes who fucking all-stars, all NBA dudes who got us third in the Eastern Conference with the third best record in the NBA.
Without a full team.
What do y'all want the Knicks to be right now? Tell me what you want the Knicks to be right now. You
got to finish that, Divine. Without Mitch, with Shamet just coming back, where do you think we should be right now?
If the Knicks had those three dudes, they'd be up there with them dudes right now. We wouldn't have lost them many games we lost because they not strong. So
that's what I mean by bench. Yep.
Look why are the Philadelphia 76ers down at the lower echelon? You know why? Because they didn't have Joel Embiid. Why is the Orlando Magic where they at? Because they lost Banchero, they lost Wagner. Ladies and gentlemen, when you lose talent, you putting pressure on the other guys who not that talented to step in their shoes and fill their shoes. That's hard to do. Ain't none of them Knicks on the bench filling Josh Hart's shoes. Ain't none of them on that bench filling Mitchell Robinson's shoes. None of them. Not Haka Purdy, not Jericho Sims. None of them dudes are filling Mitchell Robinson's shoes. So when you lose guys like that, you lose a Josh Hart, you lose an Anunoby, the bench, that means your bench got to come in the starting lineup to replace them dudes. And then who going to replace them dudes who just came off the bench? The guys who out of the rotation ain't even ready for this stuff. And the New York Knicks still third in the Eastern Conference. That, to me, is what I think. If you ask me, I think he have done a phenomenal job this year coaching his team under the circumstances.
Working with what he had.
Him, instead of throwing shade at Thibodeau, under the circumstances, because of new players, all new players, injured players, not a defense because you're missing certain players. The man still got us at the third spot in the NBA in the Eastern Conference with no help, not a lot of help. So if anything, I think this is one of his best coaching years due to the fact of nobody on your team played together except for Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, a little bit of Precious Achua, a little bit of Anunoby, and Deuce McBride from the last year. All new players. None of them played together the whole year. It's not one player other than Jalen Brunson and Deuce McBride who has played a whole calendar year for the New York Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
Deuce McBride, and Jalen Brunson. Anunoby came here last year. He got hurt. Precious Achua came here last year, but he got hurt this year at the beginning of the season. Josh Hart came here halfway through the season. All these dudes, Campaign wasn't here, Shaman wasn't here, Mikhail wasn't here, and Anunoby just got here, Cat wasn't here. And he found a way to keep this damn near puzzle in perfect form until they get better. And they still third. That's a coaching job, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, man. He just, like I said, absolutely Alawad, and he was coach of the month. All them variables, and the New York Knicks still right there for the taking. And everybody complain about Tom Thibodeau. If you don't like him, you don't like him. I get it. If you don't think he's the best coach, I get it. But ladies and gentlemen, put all the variables inside that. If Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet, and Precious Achua would have been healthy out the gate, and the Knicks 37-20 now. Can you imagine if Mitch was here at the beginning? Can you imagine if Precious Achua would have missed 20-something games? The Knicks would probably be right with Boston in that, or even high. Boston only got us about 4 games, ladies and gentlemen. We might not be good as them, but they 41-16. We 37-20.
Yeah, but they also played together for a lot longer.
Years.
We're still years, lot longer.
Years. Them Cavaliers and Donovan Mitchell been together for 3 or 4 years. Celtics been together for 4 years. Pacers been together for 4 years or more. The Bucks been together for 3 or 4 years or more.
That's right.
The Knicks been together for 50-something games, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Literally the day before.
Right. And still number 3 in the East.
The day before the season started.
It just got cat right. So I'm saying all I said. Is he
right?
Listen, I get it, ladies and gentlemen, but we got to kind of look at where we at too, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks are in the third. They're not in the fourth spot. They're not in the fifth spot. They're not in the sixth spot. They're not in the seventh spot. They're not in the eighth spot. And even though they should be with that because of the talent that they have, they should be there. But still, through all the variables and the peaks and valleys, he was able to guide this shit pretty good to me, knowing that you're lacking in a defense center, you're lacking in a defense point guard off on your starting lineup, and you lost Anunoby, you know, all this stuff, and he's still right there, Shot Power. So I say let's see how it goes. We got a long way to go. We got 22 more games left, or 20, whatever, 20, am I right? 30, 57, 24 games. We just got to try to find a way to win. And the main thing is try to get healthy before the playoffs get here. And I think if we get the playoffs, we'd be a different story. Salute everybody in the chat, man. You know, I just want everybody to recognize that I understand you might think Tibbs suck and all that. You might think the team suck, but damn, ladies and gentlemen, we got the third best record in the NBA. And we supposed to be there because we got talent like that. And where we at, that's where we supposed to be. I'm not. That's why I said, if the Knicks was any worse than that, I'll rip Tom Thibodeau all day. But right now, the man got these dudes playing pretty good without a dominant defense team because you're missing certain players. So let's see how it goes, Shot Powell. I'm still cool with this thing. I think we good to go. I'm fine with the Knicks. I still think Knicks get to the Eastern Conference Final. I ain't tripping like everybody else. I know once we get players back, and it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. Right. Let Mitch Robinson come back. Let these guys form and get this thing right. Get them in the starting lineup. Move Cat back to the 4 like he was in Minnesota, and put one of them starters on the bench to give you a bench more firepower. Now we ain't got to talk about T.J. Warren. We ain't got to talk about none of these dudes. When Mitchell Robinson come back, one of them 8 starters will be in the bench, and our bench get more stronger because one of them starters who can do what he do is on that bench. Now the bench gets stronger. And now Mitchell Robinson and our defense gets stronger. So I don't know what to say. Let's see how it goes, Shot Power. Let's see how it goes, man. It still got 24 games left. When the playoffs get here, if the Knicks don't achieve what we think they do in the playoffs, then you could have that Tom Thibodeau conversation. I think you could have that Tom Thibodeau conversation once the playoffs end. But to say to fire him right now is insane to me. Where he got this team at, third in the Eastern Conference. That's all. I don't hear nobody talking about firing Doc Rivers. I don't hear nobody about firing my man in Indiana. I don't hear nobody talking about firing a lot of these coaches who ain't where the Knicks is at. The Miami Heat 26-29. Ain't nobody talking about firing Derek Spoelstra. Ain't nobody talking about firing none of these coaches. They ain't nobody talking about firing Nick Nurse. He's 20-36. But y'all want to fire Tibbs at 37-20? That's insane.
Third in the East.
That's insane. It's straight insane.
I think that it's formulated. Sorry, Shaw. I think it's just formulated. Okay. Like once you start losing, once you already don't like something, it's hard for you to catch back up to like it. You know what I mean? Like you made up your mind. I think that people have made up their mind. They just don't like Tibbs. They just don't like what he's doing. You made up your mind on it already. You know, but when you take a step back for a second and think about where we were prior to this man's arrival and where we are right now today, where we are in the league, in the division, in the conference, we're in the entire league. Since this man's arrival, we've ascended. We have been only on the way up. It can't be a fluke. It can't just be players. And then you bring back Mitch and you put a Hart or Bridges on the bench. You just get deeper. We've been talking all year, Hakaporti or one of the rookies or what's his name? I can't remember his name. He just left. Sims. Right. I mean, these were the people we were talking about coming off the bench. That changes in a few days from now. Right. And if it wasn't that all year, I agree 1,000% with you. We wouldn't even have this conversation. But we would with a handful of people, because a handful of people have made up their mind. And sometimes when we could talk to them blue in our face, we could point out the facts. You could put the mathematics right up there in front of everybody. And the fact of the matter is they still will find a reason or some sort of excuse and find their own hyperbole to throw it up there, to use your word. Well, he sucks because of this. I don't like his hair. It'll be something. When you don't like something, you find a way not to like it no matter what. Sit back and enjoy it. Be happy. When's the last time that our motherfucking Knicks have been this good?
For real.
All right? Holy shit. Like, come on, man. We haven't been this good. A lot of people here, I don't know how old. I know it seems like we have an older, crowd of an older ilk, and that's great. But last time we were like serious contenders, or year by year look like we could do that. You tell me when that was.
Yeah, we ready. I'm ready. I mean, listen, I'm giddy about that. I don't have no problem for them losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers right now. I don't have a problem with them losing to Boston right now because we are not them. Because they're, and just like I said, Boston is 9-1 in their last 10 games. They won 5 games in a row, ladies and gentlemen. They've been smoking everybody by 20. Go look at the ball. Go on there and look at the Boston Celtics, the teams they beat in the NBA over the last 10 games. They've been smoking everybody by 20. Not just the Knicks. Everybody. Because they that good. We're not them. We're just not them. So, and that's why nobody here talking about the Knicks going to the Knicks. No, the Knicks is winning the championship. And nobody here talking about the Knicks winning the championship because we ain't there yet. This team only played together 50-something games. Now, next year, I might say that. Next year, I expect the Knicks to be going to the finals because that's the next step in this thing. To me, the first step right now is to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. You lose in the Eastern Conference Finals, then the next step next year when this team they got camaraderie. They coming into the season knowing how to play with each other. Just like Boston, just like Cleveland, just like all these other teams. When they come into the season this year, they know how to play together. They played together already. This would be the Knicks next year. They would know how to play together. They know Tibbs' system or whoever it may be. So it's going to be easier for the Knicks next year because they already know how to play with each other because they played this year together. Rome wasn't built in one day. You know what I mean? Rome wasn't built in one day. So it takes time. But I do believe this team is talented enough to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I do believe that. Now, I ain't worried about Cleveland. They got the best of us in the regular season. I give them that. That don't mean that we won't go in there in the playoffs and beat them in the series. You never know. You never know how this thing go down. Listen, the game we played the other day, 2 times we played Boston this year, the last 2 games, Shaw Powers, you seen what we was capable of. We got the lead down to what? Even though we didn't play a good game, Boston know what the Knicks got on the other side of the court. They like, damn, we was busting these dudes ass by 24 in a matter of 3 minutes. They got this shit down to 7 points. Think about that yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. They had us by 24 points in the span of 4 minutes. Knicks cut that lead all the way down to 7. 4 points yesterday. In the span of, so they know, like, okay, these cats can get buckets. We just got to clean up our defense, Shaw Powell. And when Mitchell come back, and I know we play a couple more games, come off the injury, I like some of the things I seen yesterday, and I like some of the things I didn't see. For the most part, though, I think this team is talented. I think the Knicks will be ready in the playoffs. I'm not worried about the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not. And like I said, just keep treading water, 37-20, and let's see how it goes, man. We're going to get out in a few minutes, but I just want to say, man, listen, man, this team, man, you got to root your team on, man. I know y'all think the Knicks might be so. I don't think they suck. They 3rd in the Eastern Conference. They 3rd in the NBA with the best record. I don't think Tibbs suck. I don't think this team suck. I think this is a good team. I think he's a good coach, and I think they're going to show improve. They're going to show improve because that's who they are. They just got to give them time. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish. So the Knicks lost a couple of games to the top dude. Now we got the Boston and Cleveland at the end of the year. You never know what might happen. Mitch might change the whole dynamic of this thing, Shaw Powers. Now he might change the whole dynamics the way Jason Tatum coming down the middle, the way these guys coming down the middle, because I think he helps now that our 3-point defense might get better because Anunoby and them don't have to try to go extra hard trying to keep it cheat. Yeah. So let's see how it goes, man.
And Cleveland didn't forget.
Yeah.
Cleveland didn't forget.
And don't get me wrong. If they don't bring their A game, they get knocked out the first round.
Right. And you never know what other team might take. It might not be Boston. It might not be
Cleveland. I say that all the time, Jay. I say that all the time. It might not be a Cleveland. It might not be a Boston. You look at the teams down there. Yeah, you look at the teams, especially the funny thing about some of those things is, I think, right, I forgot, it may not be the same today, but I think a couple of days ago it was my Orlando playing Boston. Orlando beat Boston this year twice, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? They beat them twice this year. You know what I mean? The way they match up, they beat them twice. You know what I mean? Pacers beat Cleveland this year. I think they might be like 1-2 or 2-1. I don't think they finished out their series yet with them either. But just saying, I say this again. 3 years ago, we beat the crap out of Atlanta in the regular season. 4 times we whipped them down in the regular season. What happened in the playoffs? 4-1 and we was out.
Exactly.
All right. So that's just because you monopolize in the regular season. That's just a test. That's just to set your coaches be like, all right, we ain't gonna play this play today. Oh, we see they doing that same thing. All right, we put this in the chart book. And they doing that same thing again around the screen. Okay, let's put that down. So when we get ready to play you in these 7-game series, it don't last to 5. So I'm super animated about Mitchell Robinson coming back, because what Mitch brings back to this team is what we have been lacking the whole year. Interior presence, interior defense. And he's down 40, 50, 60 pounds. He's 250, 260 pounds. He ain't that 300-pound Mitchell Robinson that we seen against Philly. That 280-something pound, he ain't that same dude. He is more so like his second, third year when he went 72 games. Let's hope that Mitchell Robinson can come back and stay on the court and stay here in the playoffs and make it, hopefully, that we can get him acclimated enough that he could push us over the hump and get us into the Eastern Conference Finals and maybe even into the finals.
Yep. Here, on a quick note, ladies and gentlemen, Denver Nuggets 125, Indiana Pacers 116. They lost. The Pacers lost against Denver today, so we gained a half game back with them because we got that half game back. We lost yesterday. They lost today, so we kind of got that game back. So we didn't lose no ground in that third or fourth thing. So we still got them about 4 games or something like it, whatever. Like I said, the NBA is crazy right now with 1 second left. The Wizards is beating the Nets 107-99. The Wizards, ladies and gentlemen, the Bulls beat the 76ers today 142-110. Pistons playing good basketball 106-97 over the Clippers. Oklahoma City Thunder 96, Timberwolves not 79 right now. Hawks 90, Heat 84, and so on and so on. So I say all that to say that tomorrow's some big game. Here's a game to watch out for tomorrow. Shot Powers, the Magic in Cleveland.
Yep.
Celtics going up, and Toronto been playing pretty gritty with Ingram, Barnes, and RJ and them. The Celtics got to go up to Toronto tomorrow. Now, I think the Celtics is on another level right now, but hypothetically, I'm saying all that to say is, them some game. Bucks got the Rockets in Houston tomorrow. So from that standpoint, you never know what happened. Knicks got the 76ers on Wednesday. Celtics got the Pistons in Detroit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the thing is crazy, man. But, ladies and gentlemen, don't jump off the wagon, man. Knicks is playing good basketball right now. Ladies and gentlemen, they might have lost 2 games. Before they lost 2 games to Boston, obviously, they're the better team than us. They better than us. So, I don't have a problem losing to Boston. I might have a problem if you don't, like I said earlier, if you don't go hard for 48 minutes. I have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with the Knicks losing to Boston. Boston is a way better team than us right now. So I don't have a problem losing them. I don't have a problem losing to Cleveland right now. Cleveland at this time right now is a better team than the New York Knicks. Okay, so you lost to the best team. That don't make you suck.
But they're also healthier, and they're also a little deeper. That's the only difference. They're healthier and deeper.
That's it.
Are they better than us offensively? I don't think so. But they're healthier and they're deeper. Their defense is a little bit better right now. That's it.
Yeah.
Mobley has found his game. Mitch comes back, though. I'm sorry about that, Shot Power.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't going to say much.
Mitch comes back. The two fellas will not forget. You better believe that Mobley and Allen will remember if we get a chance to play them. We're not going south, like you're saying. Mm-hmm. We can't be doing. We're not having Lob City no more, like they did the other day on us. Not happening.
Yeah.
And it might be Detroit we're playing. Did anybody last year think that Dallas was going to make it to the finals?
Right.
Right? Think about it like that. And we're higher than they were. They were in the 6th seed. Right? So they had 3 prolific tied at first at the end of the year. Minnesota, Denver, and OKC, and Dallas made it there.
Yeah, and Timberwolves got to the East, the Western Conference Final against them. But real point, Khaled, you hit some valid points. We did talk about that earlier. You dead right, Khaled. Is how you lose. Coming out the first quarter, you're 100% right. Them the things that we got to fix. You know what I mean? And like I said yesterday, it wasn't so much that they outplayed us in the first quarter. Yesterday, we didn't hit shots. It wasn't about. I don't think both outplayed us yesterday in the first quarter. Mikal missed like bunnies yesterday. Shot Powers. Carl Anthony Towns did not hit a bucket in the first quarter yesterday, ladies and gentlemen.
Hit the floor though.
Right. But but what made me feel good about yesterday is that them cats said we are not gonna get out here and give up. Them dudes erased a 24-point lead. And I gotta say that I was disappointed about one move Tibbs made yesterday was when they got down to 4 points and that fourth quarter came, Tibbs should have put them bench players in there. Deuce McBride, Landry Shamet, Campaign, Precious Achua to give them dudes a break because they already spent so much energy to get back to 4 points. Exactly. I think they would have made a difference because I don't think Derek White would have ran them up like that because Shamet be in your grill. That's one thing I love about that young man, dog. He be in your grill and you're not going to get a 3-point shot off. I wish all Jalen Brunson them played like that. And all him and Anunoby and Deuce McBride is about the only 3 Knicks I know that when somebody got the ball, they up like this. Not like this. They on them like this. And I thought if Shaman would have been in the game to start the fourth quarter, I don't think Derek White would have got that off because they had put him in check most of the game. But because he put Brunson them back in there, not a good defender. Cat, not a good defender. They was able to, and Joe Mazzulla is a damn good coach, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get it twisted. So he said, listen, do this. And next thing you know, they went out there and got an 11-point swing, and that was it. So that's the only anything I fought yesterday for Tibbs was that. But I'm glad to see our cats kept fighting though. That's a mark of a good team. Like you just didn't fold. The Knicks didn't fold yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. They got up, they got blown out to a certain degree, having a bad first quarter, bad second quarter, but they reached down in their gut, Shot Powers and Jay Choden. They reached down their guts and now we ain't gonna let these dudes embarrass on national TV again. And they went out there and cut that shit down to 4. I was like, that's all I want to see. Just compete. You know what I mean? And they did it. So, you compete against a good team, you lost, you get the Boston Celtics, you get a Cleveland Cavaliers, their flowers. But I'm still happy about my Knicks. I'm happy with where they are right now in the NBA. I'm excited about this team. I'm going to feel more giddy in a couple of days. Let's see where they go, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish. The Knicks might be going through the slump at the right time. Well, they're not even in the slump. They just lost 2 games to 2 talented teams because prior to losing to these guys, they just won.
3
in a row. And prior to that, they beat some real dominant teams. The top 4 teams in the West, we beat them in a span of a week. So, and they got the hardest schedule in the NBA.
Wasn't it just last month that he was coach of the month? Just last month?
Something like that. So, it's tough. But great point, Khaled. Thank you for putting it out there, and thank you for coming in, Khaled Pasha. I appreciate you, my man, and appreciate everybody else. G Money in the building, everybody in the building. Salute everybody in the chat, wherever you're streaming it from. We just cutting it up, man. We just trying to make sure that, you know what, don't jump off the wagon, ladies and gentlemen. I get Knicks. It's disappointing to lose. I get it, man, because I was pissed yesterday. Don't get me wrong. I was disappointed yesterday, but at the same time, I know who we was playing, though. I know who they are. This team is, until somebody beat them, they are the defending champions. OKC was right there last year. Cleveland, not so much, but with Atkinson coming aboard and them cats getting DeAndre Hunter, they my man Matt Strauss healthy this year. They got a lot of 3-point shooting. That's why they are where they are. So I get it. I don't have a problem with that. And let's go get it, man. Let's get it, man. Let's ride this thing out and everything like that, man. But listen, we're gonna get out of here in a few minutes because I know everybody got to get up and make things happen, man. And get out there, do what they got to do tomorrow. But ladies and gentlemen, we always coming in, man. Win or lose, we here, man. We ain't ducking from no smoke. Ain't no smoke to duck from, man. New York Knicks is third in the Eastern Conference, third best record in the NBA. We're not the only team in the NBA who lose certain games that you don't want us to lose. We literally have the third best record in the whole NBA.
All of it,
not the East, the whole NBA. The New York Knicks got the third best record. We just got to find a way to beat the three teams that's in front of us, and them three teams that's in front of us got a chance to go to the finals. So, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But we like I said, like I said earlier, look at the teams over there on the West that we beat. Memphis second right now. We beat them the night after that. The team that's third, the Denver Nuggets, we beat them right after we beat Memphis. We lost to the Lakers, but before that, then we beat that team that's fifth, the Rockets. We beat them. This is all in the same week. But not has anything changed right now? Let me show you the standings. Cleveland 47-10. The Celtics 41-16. We 37-20. In the West, yeah, you're right because Nuggets won the game. There you go, Nuggets. So you're right. That we fourth because Nuggets is 38-20. We 37-20 because they beat what you call them today. So yeah, appreciate that, my man. But anyway, I still have to say that we right there, ladies and gentlemen. Don't jump off the boat, man. It ain't easy playing in the NBA. And like right now, what we going through our peaks and valleys, for a team to be going through peaks and valleys and be third in the Eastern Conference and fourth in the NBA overall, I think that's an outstanding job by Tiz, no matter what. So,
Let me ask you this question though: if you would have told at the beginning of the year, if you would have told me that we would have been third in the East up until yesterday. Or top 5 in the entire conference, in the entire NBA, February, almost March. Would you have taken that right away off the top of the bat? You're going to be in the top 5 of the entire league in almost March, no matter what, and you've been there the entire damn time.
I'm gonna say no because I had Knicks second in the East this year. So. But
would you have taken that?
I'm
saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. That we are third now, fourth, but that could switch the next game we play. Like we were top 3, so now we're top 4, whatever. In the entire thing.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen,
I would have took that in a heartbeat. They told me that preseason.
Nobody in Knicks that I know on this station had Knicks winning the championship this year. None of us had the Knicks winning the championship this year, ladies and gentlemen. None of us. You didn't hear Shaw Powers. You didn't hear Devine. You didn't hear Jay Choden. You didn't even hear anybody in the chat said the Knicks was winning the championship this year. But we felt like our team was good enough to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I'm standing by that. We didn't say Knicks was winning the ring this year. None of us said that coming out the gate because we knew this team was it just got here. They just got here. And the couple of teams in front of us, OKC them been together for a while. Cleveland been together for a while. Boston been together for a while. We only played together 57 games predominantly all these players, so I get it. None of us picked the Knicks to win the championship, ladies and gentlemen, but we did think the Knicks would take that next step. I predict the Knicks would take that next step. And I think that next step was the Eastern Conference Finals. And right now, I'm still standing on that business. That's all. Plain and simple. I'm still standing on that business. I like this team, man. Regardless of what people may think. Like I said, everybody in the NBA play the same team. Everybody play each other. I don't care who you are. Just like the Knicks ain't beat OKC and the Celtics, so have a lot of other teams. Didn't beat them neither. The Cleveland Cavaliers haven't beat the Celtics this year. So what's the problem? Cleveland didn't even beat the Celtics this year. Okay, so we ain't the only ones they got smoked by. They done smoked every team by 20 in the last 5 or 6, 7, 8 games. So what? They're the best team in the league. They're supposed to be. They're the defending champions. Nobody picking the Knicks over them. But I tell you what, if we get to the Eastern Conference Finals and our team gel the way I think they will, Mitchell Robinson and one of our starters going to the bench could change this whole season around for the Knicks. That's simple. It can, because I think that's just a piece that them two things kills two birds with one stone. It makes our defense in the first unit better, and it makes our bench stronger. What's our Achilles heel? What is our Achilles heel right now? Y'all say our bench is not good right now. So having Mikal or Josh Hart on the bench makes it what? The bench what? Better. Yep. Having Mitchell Robinson in the starting unit makes our defense in the first unit what? Better. So that means the Knicks become a better team. They don't become worse. Adding Mitchell Robinson and putting one of them dudes on the bench don't make the Knicks a worse team. And shit, they 37-20 now. So if it makes them better, that means if they bet, that means they got a chance to compete against them two teams we just lost to. That's how I look at it. Let's get it, Shot Power. 7 games, you never know, man. But listen, give me y'all last words, man. We're gonna get out of here, man. I like I said, man, I believe it. It ain't got nothing to do with home. I'm just dealing with numbers. The numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. New York Knicks third in the Eastern Conference. Every other team played every other team in the NBA. Just like we played these teams and lost to them, other team played them, beat them, and lost to them too. So it ain't like the Knicks playing. We got the hardest schedule in the NBA, damn near, and still 37-20. Hardest schedule in the NBA, still 37-20. Just get it. Jay told to give me a last word. I send it to Shot Powers. When you get out of here, man, I gotta let my brother make sure I'm tired too. I had a really long day today. I was grinding hard today, man. I was grinding too, so we're gonna shut it down.
I never nap, man.
I don't need my sister Anna throwing no jazz at me. Anna, I love you, sister. It's all good. You better give me my man. Hey, my wife the same way. When this next season over, you owe me. I know, hon. I owe you. Oh, I appreciate you being patient while we do this thing, man. But go ahead, my brother.
All right, man. You're a good man, my friend. Look, I was excited for the game. I was excited on the comeback. You never want to put yourself in a position to come back. You always want to protect the lead. You got to start off stronger. But I think that this next couple of games coming up for us, we will see they're not Boston, they're not Cleveland, they're teams that we can that we absolutely can beat, we should beat. And at the end of the year, again, I'm gonna reiterate this. We have took care of the Bucks all year. We have taken care of all these other teams behind us all year. And at the end of the year, it might be us versus the Bucks. Might be you don't know who it is. So take it a game by game, step by step. Wait for the Mitch to come back to clog the middle, make it a different game. Change the bench. That defense change, bench change. I think people will get happier. But don't forget it. There's still going to be people, no matter what in the world happens, are still going to be, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. It's okay. It's you. For me, it's real talk. Let's go Knicks. On to the next game.
Facts.
On to the next.
On to the next. On to the next.
On to the next.
On to the next.
My man, holla at your boy, my man.
Hey, listen, man, we got, I don't want to say easy games coming up, but we have a West Coast swing against 5 or 6 teams that possibly could win up against. We got Philly coming up. We got a couple of games after the break against teams that are 500 but are under us. You know, let's see what happens, man. I predicted a 10-game winning streak, man, and I think it can start from tomorrow's game. And I hope that could come to fruition, man. You know, we get some wins under our wings. We start getting our defense back into swing. Mitchell Robinson come back. We'll have a couple more games with Anunoby. You know, we'll see some Mitchell Robinson, Anunoby, Precious Achua, Mikal Bridges, and Deuce McBride out on the court sometimes. I'm happy to see that, you know what I mean? And I think that the Knicks are not giving up. We are still 3rd in the East with a team that only played 60, 50, 58 games. So whatever the 50-something games. This is the 57. And we haven't been healthy all year. I got this team. I feel good about this team, man. I think that we can get some things together. We still in the offseason need to make some changes and some trades and do some things like that and stuff like that. But we ain't talking that far ahead. We're talking about what's going to happen on Wednesday. And Wednesday, I want the niggas to go out there and produce a win.
Yeah, get back in the winning column. Yeah, get back in the winning column, man. Just get a win. Shake off the 2-game losing streak and start a new one. And just keep on winning. You know, like Shaw Power said, obviously Wednesday we got the Sixers. Then we go out to Memphis, ladies and gentlemen. You know, they're gonna be looking for payback. Then we got Memphis that Friday. And then Sunday we got the Miami Heat. Tuesday we got the Warriors in New York. Jimmy Butler them coming to town. They're 6-1 since Jimmy Butler been there, ladies and gentlemen. I know you don't like it, but that man, he's a winner, brother. He's a winning dude. So then we got the Lakers. We go back out to the West Coast. After we play the Warriors on the March 4th, we got the Lakers on March 6th. Right behind the Lakers, this day after, we got the Clippers, March 7th. Then we got the Kings, we got the Blazers, the Warriors. Then we come home for the Heat. Then we go back out to San Antonio. Like I said, Knicks got the hardest schedule in the league, you know. So we just got to hope these guys. That's why I'm kind of glad to see Mitch come here. Just get to the. I'm hoping we can stay in that third spot right now. After everything, the peaks and valleys we had this year, obviously look like Boston's on another level. They don't look they're gonna relinquish that second spot. We were damn near close about 2 weeks ago. We was a game out of fucking second. Shop hours or a game out of second place about a week ago. But obviously things happen. You know what I mean? So we was right there with Boston, a game and a half out of second. I was like, man, and you know. But then obviously we ran into them. That put us 2.5 games out. Then we lost a game here or there. So, you know, but other than that, we good, man. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for coming in, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all know how passionate we are about this thing, man. We love the Knicks just like y'all do. But we just want to make sure we always do the good and the bad and make sure we give them flowers when they do well and then we critique them when they do bad. You know what I mean? That's what we do here. We don't make no excuses about the Knicks when they play bad. I don't make no excuse about Mikal Bridges not getting a rebound yesterday. I don't make no excuse about Carl Anthony Towns not scoring in the first quarter. I don't make no excuse about that 3-point defense. They need to fix that shit. They need to fix it. To be the team they want to be, with the be the team they want to be, they got to fix their defense. And then once they fix the defense, I think we'll be back okay. I'm good with it, man. But yeah, thank y'all, my brothers, all the time. Pre-game show, ladies and gentlemen. Knicks, Sixers, Wednesday. You know, we be here same real time, same real channel, 6:15. We'll be here getting it popping. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe for your boy before you leave the door, man. Y'all stay safe out there in the universe, man. And weather's starting to look pretty good for the next couple weeks, so y'all take advantage of it. But other than that, man, y'all just stay safe out there in the universe, man, and do what you gotta do, man. We'll see y'all. Divine, Shaw Powers, the chat, the family, everybody, man. We out of here, man. Peace, y'all. Peace.
Peace, Jay. Peace, Divine.
All right, bro. Y'all. Peace.
Fuck you.
We about to hit you with the recap like Aaron Judge with a bat because we touching on facts. And plus we up in these hats. It's Knicks Bill talking, we cut from a different cloth. We cook a Nick broth with a different sauce. We bubble like a hot pot in the kitchen. We dripping on the surface, spitting verses with these bars and b-ball. Cause no matter how far the stars we see y'all like a telescope. You can tell it's dope by the way we unveil these news and notes. Check the box score, a top score, knocking down shots. Plus we got a lock for 48 minutes, putting on the clinic. The Cat Lieutenant, they entered the winner. The game is over. We trooping in our temples like soldiers and train the planes and Range Rover. Come get up and over the list. We on the BQE and we maneuvering swift. This ain't Tokyo, but you know we can drift. Cause the pokey be on the low, so you know our flow had to shift. We about to be out in a few. No doubt next time we see you to be on a game preview. It's Knicks Real Talk and we a vibe. We get it poppin' every day and every night. We on that Knicks shit and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride. It's Knicks Real Talk and we a vibe. We get it poppin' every day and every night. We on that Knicks shit and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride.